drifting, everything's a mental game.
Boom! Perfect.
If you're not focused, you're off your game.
Ryan Tuerck is back at it. He wants it.
Extreme performance racing, battle tested in Formula Drift for the last 4 years. XPR contains Centerlook additive technology, ultimate Z DDP wear protection, and superior high temp performance. Pour Purple, Royal Purple, the synthetic expert.
Drifting is not just a sport, it's culture, it's in our blood.
It's a fine line that you have to walk. You have to be able to adapt on the fly and be able to drive on your instinct.
Tires are what we live and breathe in Formula D. We couldn't do this without them.
Backdrop. There is not a cloud in the sky, but we're going to make some of our own. This is round 7 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. We are here at Utah Motorsports campus, just outside of Salt Lake City, Utah. We're kicking things up. Here we go. So Ryan Literal will lead. Ryan Tuerck chasing him down.
Frederick Osbo doing what Frederick Osbo does, which is lay down a perfect V-run.
Osbo cannot be shaken. Yeah.
The track's really fun to drive. Really challenging. The zones are challenging.
James Dean's finding the door. He's banging on it. Does he answer?
Keep pushing.
Yeah, he has his throttle up right before he grabs the handbrake.
Applies pressure. Big angle from Robert Thorne. Kind of overshoots that inside clip. Oh, and Chelsea goes off. Chelsea to Nova gets the win. Welcome out to Utah Motorsports campus, playing host to round 7 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. We call this Type S Elevated because that's right, we are at a higher elevation. We're about to elevate the drifting game. This is presented by AutoZone. We're going to be your tour guides here today. I'm Jared Dienda. Joining me is the Teal Tuerck, the Blue Beanie, the Diesel Destroyer, the Barbecue Barbarian.
Ooh, Barbecue Barbarian. I'm all right with that.
That's a good one.
like
Jacob
that.
Gens.
What's up?
I don't have any cool nicknames like that.
You got Neanderthal, man. That is
yeah.
sick.
Okay, that is pretty good.
That is, I mean,
right.
that's hard to beat.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. We're going to get barbecue after this, and we're going to quickly go eat barbecue because we have a lot of battles that are just going to whittle on down. No-shows, cars breaking, things happening, buy runs, all that. This is seating brackets. What are we looking at here, Jacob? What is the format?
Basically, if you win, you're in. And there's a bunch of drivers that are just walking in, which is great. A few of them, they're going to have to fight their way through it. One of those is going to be Dimitri Brutsky and Ben Hobson. Obviously, Ben Hobson really would love to. He's had a really rough year this year, fighting the car, fighting some injury, like just trying to get his way through it, so everything's on the line for him there. The other one's going to be Federico Sceriffo, Diego Higa. You got Higa, who really wants to prove something. Federico Sceriffo, who's on one. He's got a bit of secret sauce in the background. We'll get into, that. Yeah.
More barbecue talk.
More barbecue
right
talk.
there in front of the camera, you see Brian Egger. Should go ahead and wait for the crowd there. Brian Egger. Vernon Zvanveld. Is that decent? Zvanveld? And Robbie Nishida. And there it is.
Yeah.
I'm not a crook. He's his best Nixon impersonation right there. So, and again, these are our judges. We have our 4 judging panel. It rotates out. So Reese Marin's watching from the comfort of his own home there. East Coast is the best coast in his mind.
Yep.
But I would beg to differ. West Coast is the best coast, baby. Here is how the seating bracket is shaped up. As you can see, D-Mads, boom, walks right in. So again, you win, you're in. But again, Andy Hateley, Joao Barrion, not in the building. Kyle Mohan, Mike Power is not in the building, and then Rudy Hansen because Von Ginn Jr. We're going to see him. I text him. We were exchanging a lot of texts about Grandpa Drift. Rest in peace, Grandpa Drift, man. What an absolute legend. I got to talk to him when he was in hospice care, but Grandpa Drift, one of the most hardcore drifting fans ever, and I just got to send it out. Another RIP to a great friend of mine who's been to Formula Drift events, Dennis Cosentino. Not in the car world at all, but lost him just last week. So just thinking, a lot of heavy moments going down right now. But speaking of heavy moments and heavy paint, we got Kevin Wells striping the track. Kevin's Corner, a great content here as we take a look at our season schedule. This is how things have been going down. What else we got?
Yeah, James Dean with 3 wins this season already. Frederick Osbo, Connor Shanahan, and Ryan Tuerck, and then we'll find our winner not now, but Saturday. Got a bit of a break. But, yeah, it'll be crazy. I mean, right now, the championship down to 2 drivers. James Dean, Odie Bakshi's.
Yeah, and I mean, we can really talk about that more on Saturday, but let's just call it what it is. Odie needs to do better than James Dean in order to even have a shot going into Irwindale. So, I'm trying to recount. I don't think we've crowned a champion without going to Irwindale ever before. Except for like a Sam Hubinet.
Back in the day, in the originals. But you can see basically the point spread here. James Dean 496, Odie Bakshi's 104. We've done the math. We ran it through. All the nerds with the calculators have done it. 100 chips with 100 typewriters. This is what we figured out. Odie Bakshi's just has to do better than James Dean to stay in it. There we go.
I mean, look at it. Adam LZ, so stoked. He not revitalized the car, built a whole new car.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at James Dean, Hiro Manoa, dude, what a ledge.
Place.
Second back-to-back, in St. Louis, and then most recently in Seattle. Matt Field, a lot of eyeballs on him, and look at the tie there, between him and Simon Olsen, Tuerck, Brandon Sorensen. What do you think's going through Shanahan's head? He missed that one round, but he comes back and gets the win in Orlando. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's got to be tough for him. I mean he has such a great season so far, and really needs to push for these last 2 rounds to really make it and stay into that top 10. And then getting through the rest of this, I mean Dylan Hughes, Ken Gucci driving really well today. He did well here previously as well, but keep an eye on him. Chris Forsberg, Rome Charpentier, Jeff Jones, and that's rounding out our top 15 there. So.
I mean, look at Chris Forsberg, Ken Gucci. Those guys are day oneers. They've been around since 2004. Round 1, Atlanta. Here they are, still banging away. The veterans, but look at where their position's at. This new, Hiro Manoa, his driving style, shaking things up. Connor Shanahan, not new to drifting by any stretch of the imagination, but obviously new to the Formula Drift Championship. So he does have an R next to his name because he is a rookie in Formula Drift.
Yeah.
But again, let's make that clear. Beecham, look at that. I mean, up in the mix. Kazuya Taguchi, talking to McDowell over here, and he's his spotter. Who else were you pointing out?
I was just saying there's a huge points, I guess, collapse, if you will. I was going to say spread, but that doesn't make sense. A lot of drivers tied right now in that bottom ranking. So in order to get into the top 10, there's a lot of prestige that comes with being in the top 10, even the top 15. So those lower drivers, I mean, it's anyone's game who can make it into the top 10.
You say it's anybody's game, but who you talked about Gucci driving really well. Saw on social media Dylan Hughes shaking his head, driving back to the pits. Shout out to Dylan Hughes doing 202 miles per hour on Bonneville Salt Flats this week, and then comes here, stays in Utah, obviously, and congratulations to him. Glad he's here with us. That's absolutely awesome. But if you're a betting man, which I know you are,
It's known to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you looking at?
I really did like the way that Ken was driving. He was very consistent. I think a lot of drivers have taken note as to what's been happening with the Jerry Yang camp, where they've been taking a lot of grip out of the car, making them easier to drive. Obviously, Hiro Manoa worked for, Kazuya Taguchi has worked for previously. I would not be surprised if we see a few miles an hour come off a few of these cars and make them easier to drive. But,
There you are. So we talk about betting, and here it is. Scan to sign up. Go to NXT Bets, and you can vote and bet. So if you're cheering on a driver, why not put some money on it? Place your bets. Place your bets. Who's gonna get the win? I want to see like prop bets. Like who's the first to debead, or
Yeah, first to spin out, or whoever goes deepest into the gravel, those kind of things.
Yeah.
It's like the color of the Gatorade at the Super Bowl. You seen that one?
No.
Yeah, it's like there's prop bets based on the color of the Gatorade that gets dumped over the
Oh,
coach.
got it.
Like what it's going to be. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, I was gonna say, what's your favorite Gatorade flavor?
I like white Gatorade. Always like white Gatorade.
If you said the actual flavor, you're a narc. So
Oh,
glad you
okay,
said
got it, yeah.
the color.
No,
So as we take. As we take an overhead view look of this massive track, at one point this was the largest racetrack, superseding Road America.
Wow.
It was Miller Motorsports Park, and then when Larry Miller passed away, the family let ownership go. UMC is what it's called now. It's now superseded by that of Spring Mountain in Pahrump, Nevada. And, they kind of have different configuration stuff. But, all right, let's talk about the track, because the green line there, that is the line that they're looking for, and notably outside Zone 1. Talk about that.
Yeah, outside Zone 1 has actually been pushed back past through the rumble strips. So while they're going into outside Zone 1, they're actually going to come over those rumble strips, go supersede what is normally the part of the track. This is to aid in flow. It was a little bit narrow before. We tried 2 years of that layout with a few adjustments. This now allows them to go wider. Makes for a very, very smooth track. You'll notice there's only 2 very small decel zones in this as well. Basically, that came from the data that is on the Tuerck boxes inside the cars. The judges took a look at that and said, look, really, the majority of cars are only slowing down at initiation very briefly, but there was a few drivers that had a slight slowdown before they got into 2. They added that in as an acceptable spot, but realistically, this is an all-throttle track.
Yeah, and you talk about a decel area. It's more of a, because you're going right to angle, the car is going to naturally slow down given the traction and that side bite. So they're hardly decel. But Zone 2 and 3, watching that not only in practice but also watching Pro Spec earlier, they are just hammering down. So you really got to settle in on that chase position. That's where you get absolutely left in the dust. Here's our K&N judges' notes. In addition to this, what else stood out to you in drivers' meetings, Jacob? What do we else?
Yeah, I mean, obviously what you're seeing there on screen, but the big one is just the first outside zone has a kind of an interesting radius where it starts a little bit tighter and then straightens out. So that means that the drivers, when they do initiate, expect them to go really wide and kind of push in on it. They're not going to back the car in, but it basically allows them to get to angle and then push the car a little bit straighter out of it. So it's a little different than what we've normally seen, where you have those perfect circle radiuses. But the drivers that have been nailing it, and a lot of them have been nailing it, what it makes for is a really fast exit out of 1. But if the chase driver times it correctly, they can be on their door the whole way. So it's a little bit different than what some of the drivers are used to, but it is making for some really, really cool battles.
Adapt, baby.
Yeah.
All right, so full throttle. Talking about full throttle, let's send it. And if you haven't seen any of the videos here, here's a little snippet of our Seattle episode, Jacob, myself, and Life in the Booth. A little snippet of Send It, the video series we have a lot of fun with this year. All right, battered, bruised. Who's moving on? RCP, we got it one more time. They're going at it again. All right, well, Lorette Nichols with the rising young star, Brandon Sorensen.
The lead run, I felt super solid. If I could just keep that up for the rest of the night.
Brandon's hair. We get to talk. Look at his hair. He's 20 years old. Of course he has great hair.
Just nitpick here and there in the chase, and I think we could probably go all the way.
What's under there?
Not a lot.
Oh my God! It's a wig. That's why he wears a beanie.
How long have you been flying for FD?
Since 2020.
Sheesh. And this is all natural, right?
Yeah, this is natural. No perm.
Dude, this guy sticks out like a sore thumb. You always get the shot. They're always there. Wait, are we shooting Formula Drift or Nat Geo?
Nat Geo.
Dude, that's the
That's the.
You know I call you the truth serum, right? Like,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
It's a testimonial to, like, I mean, just you playing a role. It helps the judges. You know how critical a role you play in Formula Drift?
I guess at first I didn't realize it, and then as time progressed, I realized that, you know, when they're going to that replay every time for the judges, they get their initial reaction, and that's really the power of it, is being able to see the whole entire run from no obstacles in the way. It's just start to finish.
Right. He's the eye in the sky, and he's a throw on the ground. That's what's up. Send it! All right, let's go see Justin Skinner, aka Smash.
Smash, Justin Smash, aka Skinner. Let's go find him. He's like lawnmower man. He's just in another world.
Hey, oh! Mr. Smash! Dude, Justin Smash! Smash! Oh, I thought that's how everybody greets you. So you fly what's called the FPV, right? FPV drone as opposed to kind of the more static. What's the difference of the drones?
My signal's not as robust as Aaron's. It's still DJI for the video signal,
okay,
but it doesn't have like the Oculus. I actually brought a spare set of goggles here today.
Oh boy.
To give you a ride along if you're up for the challenge.
I'm down, I guess.
Yeah?
All right, let's do it. We are ready for launch, dude.
3, 2, 1. Wow!
We're dropping in, coming in on Frederick Osbo. Got that Rockstar Energy livery. Oh, snap. Come on. Get closer, Smash. Get closer, Smash. 80 miles an hour, 70. Oh, snap. Going over. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm feeling a little nauseous. That was so sick. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah.
How you feel?
I'm all right. Like another 5 minutes of that?
It's tough at the very beginning.
Dude.
So, and it's even worse.
I could get sick doing that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, the paint has been laid down, and we are getting the track prepped. And again, tune in for every episode of Send It. We're filming one here in Utah and TBD on what we're going to do. But it's fun. It's good. Look at this old man out here. Hey, get off the course, buddy. Joking. Kevin Wells out there, Kevin's Corner. We'll be right back here and the continuation of Formula Drift and our seeding brackets here in the Pro Championship.
I'm Ryan Tuerck, and I'm super proud to announce Rain-X's all-new wiper blade design, the Tuerck and SUV Heavy Duty Series.
Whoa, cut! Ryan, it's the truck and SUV blade. It says it right there.
These new blades are specifically designed for truck and SUV windshields. They're tougher and built for rugged weather. Like I said, the all-new Rain-X truck and SUV blade, engineered not to be turked in tough conditions and built for your truck or SUV. Get a pair today, only at AutoZone. I mean, I still like the idea of a Tuerck and SUV blade.
Turn your passion into a career at the University of Northwestern Ohio. From high performance to automotive, diesel, and everything in between, you'll find a degree that will get you a job.
Students that go through our programs have fantastic experiences, and they come out getting good job placements.
70% hands-on, no out-of-state tuition, and accredited degrees in trades that are in high demand all across the country.
10 out of 10. If you even think this is the right place for you, you better just go.
Learn more about your future at unoh.edu.
Ready to rise? To the challenge? Above obstacles.
Yes!
Above perceptions.
Ruttiger, implement the pass on the top lane.
Above it all.
Let's go!
If so, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Look at that Ditto tire just rip.
been holding power you make for 30 years. But here's the real question. How much torque are you making? Because every single ACT clutch is rated by the torque produced at the crank. That's all your clutch cares about. Your power, your performance, your success. Unrivaled precision, power, and durability. Visit advancedclutch.com today. 30 years of precision engineering and performance excellence. Because every revolution starts at the crank.
Formula Drift is brought to you by Toyota, let's go places. Royal Purple, the official engine oil of Formula Drift, the synthetic expert. Rockstar Energy, the official energy drink of Formula Drift. And we are back here, and we're going to get our first battle in just a moment. Looks like we still got a Toyota out there on track, talking about the Toyota Tundra. And almost finishing up striping. Yeah, we were just talking about it again. That kind of bears repeating. I saw Chelsea, and I was like, who's he spotting for? And you said Federico. So,
yeah.
And, you said, what about the Ferrari?
The Ferrari starts three-wheeling. We know what's up. Yeah. No, it's interesting. I mean, Chelsea's, basically a hired gun now, which is crazy. So.
Yep.
But, yeah, speaking of the RTR and three-wheel, and Ben Hobson, Dmitry Brutsky. So we're talking about two former Pro Spec champions.
Great point.
Yeah, going head-to-head. I mean, obviously both drivers having a rough year, different, for very different reasons. But, yeah, Ben's got to put it down. He's got to put it down. That's really all it comes down to.
Yeah, this is a must, for him and his pops. Great guy, good attitude, but they want it. They really want it. They can taste it. They know he's a capable driver. And I saw Ben's post. He's like, I love Utah. This is where he solidified, his Pro Spec championship. So just a year ago, and jumped over to the pro side, and with arguably one of the, best drift teams in the world, the RTR camp. So
yeah,
and that's what we talked about. James Dean potentially locking it up here in Utah, which it's never been done before outside of the early years, 4 rounds, as opposed to now the modern schedule of 8 rounds. So that would be historic in more ways than one.
Yeah.
Not only would he win the championship, be the first ever Formula Drift 4-time champion, James Dean.
It's a lot of history on the line, that's for sure. I mean, it's a pretty notable year for the sport. I mean, so many crazy things going on, and yeah, I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, youngest kid, right? Youngest driver ever to podium, first female to podium. Potentially, Odie would love to put a stop to that. And gosh, Odie's just always a bridesmaid, man. So, he obviously he is saying, hey, let's do it. Let's get it done. Let's make it to Irwindale. And he's got to finish better than James Dean. And we'll get into all the scenarios, but that's pretty much the long and short of it. All right, Brutsky, Hobson, tires are heated up, and we are ready to send it. Brutsky will lead given his finishing at the previous round, and Ben Hobson will chase him down. So here we go, pretty straightforward track. And, those Mustangs, they do well with nothing but throttle, and guess what you got to do with this track? Nothing but throttle. Yeah. So hammer down, but we'll see. And again, Brutsky, he's had more turns on this track than anybody, given that he's double dipping. So let's see what we got. Brutsky out front, Ben Hobson chase position. Our first battle here of our seeding brackets. Brutsky initiates Ben Hobson right there on the door, goes way wide. Talking about Brutsky, takes out those cones, straight line kind of into that second outside zone. Good angle, throws some more angle on it. Hobson gets very aggressive, sticks it to the door. Brutsky now transition that last outside zone. A big correction there by Hobson. Hobson goes off.
Oh, man.
And Brutsky crossed the finish line. Mistakes on both sides, but Hobson with a major mistake in that last outside zone.
Yeah, just getting super aggressive. I mean, I do want to see and make sure that Brutsky didn't go 3 wheels off, so 3 wheels off is a 0 here. So as we get to our airforce.com replay, doesn't look like Brutsky did go 3. Now, Ben does a good job to mirror it. Brutsky just getting absolutely wild. Now he's got to outrun that RTR. Look at Ben just on one to get back into the fight. Does a really good job through that section. Transition looks great. He gets lost in the smoke just a little bit before we get into that third outside zone. But yeah, take a look here. Ben Hobson, so not quite for Dmitry. He's still in the battle there. Nothing too crazy. But wow, just really, really pushing. It's where possibly hearing something going on. All right, I will get to that in a second, but there is Brutsky really
Oh, yeah,
pushing
look at that.
through. Yeah, Ben just flies off track like
Brutsky
crazy.
in oil.
Yeah, so that's what we're hearing right now is that there potentially might be oil put down on track from Brutsky's car.
Yeah, Brutsky, yeah.
Who's right now stopped on his way back once we cut over to the live. So yeah, was there some sort of oil down on track that caused Ben Hobson? Look at the over rotation there, then tries to get in front end, scrubs out. And
Oh yeah,
you can see the smoke coming out of the hood of Dmitry Brutsky. And that may have caused, there was,
dude.
yeah, there might have been a big backfire too.
Oil slick, man. I mean, you know, Dmitry Brutsky, little James Bond 007.
Right there, you can see it coming out from under the hood, yeah.
Yeah, and it's all over his windshield too.
Oh wow, coming out of the turbo then too. Yeah, so I think Ben, look, he locks up the front. So
yeah, look at that.
Yeah. That's yeah, so we're getting word that Ben's car is absolutely caked in oil.
Just shellacked.
Yeah. So we are gonna run through a couple of scenarios here, but it looks like Dmitry Brutsky may have just popped an engine and absolutely soaked everything down in oil. So that would make sense why Ben shot off track like that, why we saw smoke coming out of, and still seeing smoke coming out of the front end of Dmitry Brutsky.
Hey, you talk about turbo, motor, all that. I mean,
yeah,
that's unfortunate. And it obviously just with Ben's car just absolutely doused in oil. That's gonna cause the reaction there. That exactly what happened to Ben.
Yeah, so not a great scenario. I mean, Ben zeroing, or incompleting, but that being said, was that caused by oil on the track? More than likely. We'll be able to probably see where he went through the oil.
Yeah, in the rule book, they're pulling that up, and
yeah, there is precautions for this exact scenario.
Yep. So we'll review that and see what gets decided here. And
now,
even if say, I mean, Brutsky's car might not even be able to run.
Right. I mean, take it from somebody who just popped an engine. You probably shouldn't. You probably shouldn't run it.
Burn it down.
Yeah. So the big question now is going to be just some cleanup. How bad is that? How long is that going to take? But right now, judges Ryan Sage, Chris Ewell, kind of the whole FD, judging panel, if you will.
Yep.
Going through, taking a look at the provisions and the rules for this, but more than likely there is a nice little oil slick sitting there that Ben would have gone through.
Yeah. So is that where it was at?
I think so. I mean, it did look like there was smoke coming out of under the hood of Brutsky's car before Ben had that mistake. So more or less, if we can prove that there is oil already down, Ben would have gone through it. No fault of his own for that. So.
All right. So we'll find out. We'll clean up the track, and we'll come back with more clarified outcome of oil on the track, obviously. So we'll get back to you. Don't go anywhere. The action continues here, and again, we have only so many limited. So here's another part of Send It. Lick the stamp. COD. Cash on delivery. Neanderthal here. Go. Send it.
Bring the house down. Bring the house down. Bring the house down. Bring the house down.
We are making people happy. That's what we're doing. We're passing out bags, getting autographs, making everybody just have a smile to interfacing us to Seattle. There you go. 13 hours away from home, man. We're here down from Calgary, Alberta.
You got the atmosphere, the crowd, the announcer's pretty cool. Dude, it's crazy.
Formula Drift, baby.
Formula Drift.
Seattle always has some dope cars. R32, Beamer, Miata, Viper. And that guy, holy cow, that guy's really tan. Real quick, zoom in on him. He never wears a shirt.
Never.
Let the dog eat, dude, right?
The dog, yeah.
Let the dog eat, you know what I mean?
Actually,
that's how we gotta do it.
Sweat better this way.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, dog. Tell me you do construction, I'll tell me you do construction.
Ain't no shame in Jared Stuke. I love
Absolutely.
Oh, no! Oh. Castro went hard. You wear a Pearl Jam hat. Isn't that like you're so Pacific Northwest, you wear a Pearl Jam hat?
I'm actually from Canada.
Oh, sorry. Dude, Weird Al, thanks for joining us here, dude. I really appreciate it, dude.
Who's going to win? Dylan Hughes. James Dean, baby. 130 all the way. Woo!
Seattle always delivers, dude.
The tension mounts. The finals are set. Hiro Manoa, Ryan Tuerck, Jared Deanda, Jacob Gettins here.
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
So ready.
So ready.
Oh no, we are hearing that it is a competition timeout for Hiro Manoa. Lorette, go run over there. What's going on? What's cooking?
What I'm hearing is that it's an electrical issue.
The system's in the car. If one thing goes out, I mean, it's the right call to make, you know.
So Hiro Manoa is out. Ryan Tuerck will have a celebratory run. That will be number 1. Ryan Tuerck gets the win here in Seattle. Hiro Manoa, back-to-back podium, St. Louis, and now here in Seattle.
Seattle is amazing, dude. Sleepless in Seattle. We're going to party, keep the party going. Thank you so much to all the Seattle fans. You guys sent it. Thank you, Seattle. See you in Utah.
Is there an argument about whether pumice or walnut shell is the best abrasive in your hand cleaner? Not anymore. Fast Orange Premium brings the two abrasives together in one great heavy-duty hand cleaner that includes advanced skin protection. It's our best hand cleaner ever, and that's why we simply named it Premium. Fast Orange. We know a few things about cleaning hands.
Welcome to the streets of Long Beach. Look at that. It is a beautiful day here in Southern California.
K&N is back for another year as the official air filter of Formula Drift.
The final touch to my dream build is a Sony Mobile ES system. Time to cruise with Sony Mobile ES.
All right, so the kitty litter's out. We're gonna get this thing cleaned up, but shellacking, that is not a Zamboni machine, dude. That's that's something you'd see on an ice rink. But what's the verdict here, Jacob? What are you hearing?
All right, so we can either go with like the real simple or the real complex answer here.
We got time.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Real simple answer. Brutsky's probably not going to be able to run. Therefore, he can't compete. Therefore, Ben's going to get the win. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Now, the complex answer, if we go right back, if everybody would like to open up their rule books to section 5.2, it actually falls under contact. But essentially, this is in reference to a battle between Ken Gushi and Dean Carney from a few years ago, where Dean Carney laid down a ton of oil. Ken Gushi wrecked his car and spun out because of it. That principle from that battle, that precedent applies to that.
Yep.
So, yeah, 5.2, verified with Kevin Wells, who is, you know, the master of all things rulebook. But yeah, we can verify based on when the oil came down that there would have been this. Now, there's a bunch of other cans of worms that this could open up a little bit later on, but essentially this falls within that.
And the other thing is, I did hear Chris say that they're giving Brutsky 5 minutes. Is that ample enough? Is it even fixable? And then they are giving Ben Hobson a 10 minutes.
Yeah. So. I mean, hey, if you can swap the engine in 5, all the power to you. But
yeah, we don't know exactly, But again,
it could just be an oil line that's off. I mean, right?
A lot of smoke, though.
Yeah.
So just talking to a spotter up here, he says, I don't know exactly. I said, how's it looking? He said, don't know yet. It's on the flatbed. Obviously, there it is. Back at the pits. And all right, so taking a look. Here we are.
That's a new one. That's definitely a new a sweeping unit. If you will, I haven't seen one of those before.
Scrubber.
Yeah.
Sweet unit, bro. Is this Canadian? Is this a Canadian
might
piece
be.
of equipment?
I mean, we're really good at resurfacing ice, so I can't see that not applying to asphalt and kitty litter.
That thing's stout.
That's a beast.
That moves.
That thing is sick.
Yeah.
I don't know why I need it, but I definitely need it. I don't even know what I'd do with it.
Did you drive that from Canada all the way?
I would just tow it around. People are like, what is that? I'm like, I'm not even sure, but don't I look cool towing it?
Yeah, you look tough.
Yeah, definitely. Let me come sweep your street.
You just got a big sweet forearm tattoo right here.
Ah, you got it. You got the slap.
It's a little itchy.
It's definitely flaking right now.
So again, this is where it went wrong.
Yeah,
so that's outside zone 2 going into 3.
So Brutsky's gonna lose power if you got that much oil coming out. But let's see here if we can tell exactly when that engine pops. Right there, you can see the smoke coming out from underneath the hood. So we can assume at this point in time there is oil coming out. Ben right there gets caught up in the oil. You can actually see the front brake lock up pretty heavily, and then
back too.
Yeah, he tries to steer into it, isn't able to, goes right into it. So yeah, you can basically see when it happens. I mean, it's hard to obviously diagnose why, but yeah.
And he was good proximity. He had it, and right there. Whoop.
Yeah, just tried and just lost front end grip. I mean, just understeered like crazy. So, I mean, that sucks for Brutsky. I believe he's got a second car that he's running in Pro Spec. He runs 2 separate ones as opposed to.
But I think once you run this, you're.
Right. Yeah, no, he can't use the Pro Spec car here. But it doesn't. It means at least this isn't his only car this weekend.
Oh, okay.
It's not for Pro Spec tomorrow. At least he's got something. So. Based on the fact that they are not wrenching like madmen, I'm going to assume this is a lost cause.
It looks like they're looking at it.
They're definitely. I mean, we've all done it. Engine pops, you staring, looking. Well, I wonder how bad it really is. So, I don't have high hopes. I've been wrong before, once at least.
All right. So again, track getting cleaned up, and we've seen some serious oil slicks on tracks before. Justin Pollock.
I was just going to say, yeah.
The one that Pollock did was biblical.
In Orlando, yeah. We had to move the start line because of how bad it was.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, he ran the entire track. I think he popped it basically when he launched off the line and then just went from there. That was a good one. Yeah, Ken Gucci in St. Louis was another big one.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of other big oil spills.
And that's right in the outside zone.
Yeah.
I mean, that is
that's
all of outside zone 3.
Yeah, we need to make sure that gets cleaned up. I mean, there's going to be a fair bit of dust kicking up here. Very ominous now.
All right. So again, haven't seen Brutsky open the hood yet.
I mean, you hope it's just an oil line that's come off, but hard to hope for that.
Yeah, and they need to, also do some heavy burnouts. So, scrub those front tires and scrub the backs. It's not official yet if he does advance. The judges need to obviously deduce that and prove that it was oil on the track that caused Ben Hobson.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much at that point. But I mean, realistically, if Brutsky did pop an engine, he's not able to come to the line regardless. So Ben would win that battle.
Yeah, he'd have to
and therefore move on.
He'd have to complete the second half of the run, showing his car is able to run, and then he would, therefore, get the victory and advance on. Not the way you want to get it done, but I think Ben will take it any way he can get it.
Yeah, I mean, you never want to win that way, but for somebody who's had a season like this, I mean, I'm sure it's a welcome advancement into the top 32. Yep. Ben pulling up, taking a look. Yeah, I mean, we're still seeing more smoke coming out. I don't know if they've even if they were trying to run it or what they were doing there, but.
Yeah, like you said, it you know, might be a line, but with the amount of oil that was thrown, I have to assume it's going to be.
I don't know if we can
something damaged.
Got a clock on it if we can even see what time, but you can see. Look at that cardboard. She is.
She's
not in a great spot. How do you see the jack stands out?
All right, Brutsky capture the footage.
Subscribe to his YouTube channel and see what's going on after.
What are we? Let's read the body English here.
Yeah, I mean, based on where he's looking, I mean, it's possible it could be like a turbo drain line based on it being on that side, but I'm grasping at straws at this point. And I mean, that's not always the easiest part to change.
Right.
Especially when it's that hot. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, yeah, it's possible, but.
Yeah, Aaron Jesse getting up in the biz, dude. I think he's offering his help.
Could be, yeah. Let me hold that. Let me hold the flashlight for you.
Yeah, let me. Where's the 10? Here it is. Look at that. Looks. I mean, they called from underneath. It looks like that's going to be a wrap.
Yeah, I think that block has a new window.
Yeah, sweet. Just from the windows to the walls. All right, so we'll find out what's going on with Brutsky. Still cleaning the track just due to the excess oil. So we'll be right back here, round 7 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship here at Utah Motorsports Campus.
Been in the pursuit of one thing.
Yeah, awesomeness.
You knew my father?
We all used to race together.
It's an invitation from Dr. Synth.
The age of human driving must come to an end. I propose we settle this once and for all with a simple challenge.
Let's see how Team Grip does against a racing model, the Synth Supreme.
All right, well, in the burnout box, BOB, Bombs Over Baghdad, or burnout box, as we take a look there at, if you have not watched that new series there, brought to you by Toyota. Go ahead and tune in. It's anime meets cars, and that's a perfect alignment for us. So again, what lies on the road ahead for our anime heroes? Keep your eyes on the track for new developments soon. You can watch every episode of Grip, the Toyota story season 1 on toyota.com/grip. Ben Hobson's going to get the victory. We are finding out that you saw just giving the body English there and saying, nah, we're done. So like you said, got a new window in that.
Yeah, I asked Brutsky's spotter that he was on the phone with them. They're not even sure where the oil's coming from yet. They just it's coming out of somewhere, and
all the orifices.
Yeah.
So congrats to him. He's stoked, man. Ben Hobson in 32, man. So again, this is a good victory for him, advancing on. As we said, not the way you want to do it, but he was on it. He was on a tear, up until that point. I mean, he was chasing down very aggressively. Again, these Mustang RTRs definitely love the full throttle. And Ben, that's what this is a confidence booster, my man. And different from the Pro Spec, we do end up going all the way to who the winner is of our seeding brackets.
Yeah, Ben's going to use this time to own in and get as many battles in as we can. So
yep, another one, right?
Got a few pro drivers hanging up here as well. Mr. Manella just popped up. Becomes like a little lounge up here.
Yep.
Little driver's lounge. They kind of watch the competition, check things out.
Hero's got a sweatshirt on. It's hot, dude. Aren't you hot?
How are you wearing that sweater?
Hot? Dude, I don't know.
I don't get it.
He is like 80-pound soaking wet.
This is a good
so
point.
maybe it's cold. But yeah, again, Hero, youngest ever FD, podium finisher back-to-back. Second place, St. Louis. Second place, Seattle. And here we go, Federico Sceriffo, Diego Higa. Talk about progression, Diego Higa. And then Fetty, he says, you know what? Hey, former Formula Drift champion, go ahead and get into my cerebellum and be my spotter and set up my car. So you can see the winning percentage here. They are matching each other. Never gone against each other over the last, this is 2021. So, but Diego has just been progressing with that car, and Federico, that's a big girl, that Fiorella.
I mean, if there's anybody who's going to know how to set up an obscure chassis that's really big, it's going to be Chelsea DeNofa. So,
yep.
I mean,
send
got that Porsche going.
Yeah, they got exactly.
Yeah.
Get out of my head. The Porsche. Not that that's a big car, but just unique.
No, just a weird one. Weird one by our standards.
All right, here we go. Federico Sceriffo in that Pennzoil Ferrari, and Diego Higa in the BRZ 86. And coming into that first outside zone, there goes Federico. Quick little grab. You saw him make a correction there. Coming to that second outside zone. Car looks like it straightens up a little bit, and then throws some more angle at it. Diego Higa not backing down in this last outside zone. There goes Fetty. Car looks definitely more settled than it has in the past. You saw that. I mean, good rate to angle overall. Yeah. Diego still hanging out in that smoke, though. So regardless of what Fetty did out front, Diego Higa still in the conversation.
Yeah, really love seeing the progression from both drivers. Fede looks a bunch more confident, gets into the zone a little bit later, but holds it in the zone quite well. Exits a touch early, but overall really, really good there from Fede. And Diego Higa adapting well, following the line well as Fede throws on a little bit more angle through there, transitions to the third outside zone. And Fede right on the edge of the track all the way around. Now Diego Higa falls into step about halfway through, so I mean, there's definitely some magic going on from both drivers. One, super happy to see the giant wings back. I'm a big wing fan. But yeah, Fede, I mean, a couple of spots in here I'd like to see some more commitment, a little bit more aggression. Leaves a bit of room there for Higa to come back into the fight, but both drivers looking great. Loving the progression, as we said, and a little bit of risk there from Fede. He didn't have to go that deep, didn't have to be right on the edge of the track, but sending it.
Again, what's at stake here is you win, you're in. If you don't, you're watching from the sideline. So here's two international drivers putting it on the line. Diego Higa from Brazil. You know, he's got a ravenous fan base. They're always blowing up the internet. So shout out to Brazil. Don't know if our homegirls watching at home. And then we got obviously Federico Sceriffo from Italy.
Yeah, we're just a global sport over here.
Right?
Yeah.
Talking about Leticia Bafani. She's another Brazilian superstar skateboarder. But her and Diego are good friends, so she's always cheering them on.
Nice. Yeah, it's really cool to see the progression of drifting in Brazil in particular. Like, man, they are not far off from producing even more superstars. So
right.
Yeah. Reminds me very much of like kind of the Japanese culture of it as well. So pretty pumped to see drivers coming out of Brazil soon.
Absolutely. I know Lontaine frequents there quite a bit when he was judging. But here we go. Let's alternate the order here. Diego Higa will now lead. Fetty giving chase. Let's see how Diego does with him getting the clean air. Through that chicane, you can see all the metrics there in the bottom left-hand corner: accel, decel, speed, mile per hour. Into that first outside zone goes Diego Higa. Fetty kind of on a tighter line. Oh, big correction there. Fetty, goes in hard. Goes into Diego Higa, slams into him. Oh, man. Definitely want to see that overhead view we saw inside the booth, or in the air, more like it, with Aaron Jesse and the Truth Serum angle. It's a pretty hard hit.
Yeah. Hopefully, hopefully everyone took their allergy medication, because there is a lot of dust. But they're running in, making sure Fede's doing all right, because that was a very, very aggressive run-in. So the question will become, Higa, did he slow down excessively? What all happened there? As getting the hood off that Ferrari quite quickly. And there is a decent amount of damage. Wow. Oh, wow. As the dust settles, you can see that wheel shoved underneath the front end of the Ferrari.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was a hard hit. Oh, boy.
So, Yeah, a lot of things we have to assess right now. Biggest thing is Higa. What happened with Higa? What was he doing before the incident? Because that will help us dictate fault at this point and potentially the win.
Yeah, these guys looking like powdered donuts out here, just covered in dust.
So let's take a look here. So Higa out front, really good job for the first outside zone. And right here, you can already see Fede coming in pretty hot, then reinitiates. And then Higa, I didn't see any massive slowing there. It just looks like Fede kind of takes that tighter line, but we're gonna be coming back here with some telemetry to really see exactly what happened. So we wanna take a look at that lead car and see if that goes really red at any point in time.
Well, he was shallow there on that line.
Yeah.
And then just straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
72 miles per hour compared to 59.
yeah.
Diego.
So, I mean, this is where we start to really look into the data part of it, which, I mean, immediately makes me happy. But, yeah, chase driver Fede coming in at what looks like 70 plus miles an hour, where Higa only around 60. So there is a small decel there, but that closing speed is pretty crazy. And, yeah, a difference of 15 miles an hour. I mean, that's what it looks like.
Well, thank you to our Utah Motorsports campus safety crew getting that flatbed out there. I mean, shoot, we're only a few battles in. That thing's been used quite a bit already. So, unfortunate turn of events there for Federico. We'll see if it was Fede at fault. I mean, at first glance, it seems that way.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, Higa wasn't doing anything too crazy out in the lead from what I recall. Fede just cut the line really hard and dove in super fast. So, yeah, unless there's something I'm missing there, I think the call's going to follow.
Yep, there it is. So Diego Higa gets the win representing Brazil. Unfortunately, Fede just going too hard and gets in the side of Federico, or of Diego Higa, excuse me. So Diego, what's interesting here is because of he was intended to go, again, this is seating bracket, so he's in the show, but we do whittle it down. But Higa will be, and just want to clarify, Brian, Vernon, Robbie, Fede just went too fast. Yep, he ran the wrong line, ran a tight line, and it goes inside of Diego Higa. So very unfortunate turn of events, or not turning of events.
Yeah, lack of turning.
Yeah, lack of turning. So let's take a look at it again here.
Yeah, so keep your eye on the speeds. We didn't see Higa decel excessively. Speed-wise, pretty decent, but look at the difference in speed there from Fede. Yeah, 60 and 72. So, yeah, not the way you want that to go. But thankfully, both drivers are okay. That's the main thing. That Ferrari is going to need some work. That's for sure. But yeah, Higa in the lead, filling all the zones. He's still pretty quick, but Fede came in, soccer punted.
Yep. All right, so Diego Higa, and like I said, he was to go against either Wang or Carney in the 8, but he's just going to get the fast pass into the 4, so he's going to go against either Ben Hobson or DMAD's Derek Madison. All right. Ryan Tuerck won in Seattle. It's been a few years, and tears of joy and just emotions. So let's take a look at a Formula Drift moment, and featuring Ryan Tuerck. Wow, look at this backdrop. Love it up here in the PNW. This is Evergreen Speedway, playing host to round 6 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship Type S Throwdown, presented by AutoZone. We will have a champion October 19th, 2024. Will be James Dean, will be Frederick Osborne, will be Odie Boxes. We don't know, but we do know is we are about to throw down here in Seattle. Are you ready to meet your drivers here in the top 16, round 6 of the Type S Throwdown?
We're seeing a lot of new faces do well this year and showing us established drivers to the next level.
A lot of these young guys are coming in blood hungry, and it shows. But that has also elevated the rest of the guys, where I think that everybody has stepped up huge this year. You better sink or swim.
Our top 16 is locked and loaded. So the championship still for grabs. It is really coming down to the wire. And James Dean in dominant fashion, over 100-point lead. A lot of eyeballs on him. He will be our first battle out of the gate with Jeff Jones.
I've got James Dean going in next, so he's an absolute monster. He's in a car that's an absolute monster, and then he's going to be on the driver's side, so maybe we can hold hands while we're out there driving. I don't know. It's going to be wild, man. I'm excited for it.
Man, he is absolutely roasting those Nitto tires right out of the gate. Big angle from him, sticks it to the wall. Go! James Dean overcooks it. Outside zone 1, goes beyond 2. That's an incomplete. The rest of the field, they're drooling.
Jeff Jones, awesome driver. Like, his personality is amazing. He brings something new to drifting, and still on top of points, and we'll give it our best.
And James Dean, look at him. He's pushing Jones around, but if Jones just keeps it right, oh, buddy. Oh, what an amazing initiation. Oh, doctor, look at that. Jones taking down a 3-time champion. One more outside zone for Jones. James Dean and Jeff Jones amazingly throws down a heater lead run. Yeah, that's right. The place erupts.
James Dean, dude! I rode his freaking door off the cliff.
Jeff Jones gets the win, taking out our points leader, 3-time champion, Jeff Jones. Look, I got him.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, buddy. I love you.
As we move on to another, I've been looking forward to this.
Shanahan Castro. Where my Formula Drift fans at? Make some noise. Oh. What's going on here? Castro, was that a clean start? Do we have a clean start? Looks, hopefully, as Shanahan continues on.
Trying to put third gear they didn't want to go through. Fourth gear they didn't want to go through, so that's why it's a huge gap. And that was pretty much what really cost me a split.
Oh, Shanahan makes a mistake. Big straightening, big correction. There he goes, he's straight through. One more time, Castro, and Jonathan Castro defeats Shanahan. All right, so Frederick Osbo is going against Trenton Beecham here.
No easy battles anymore. It's all in from the get-go, and my job is going to be putting down a solid lead, not dropping a tire coming down from the bank, and then really being close and with him in the chase.
Here's Frederick, nice and high on that outside zone 1. Beecham a little bit lower now, coming to the power alley.
We've shown so far this year that we have the competitive edge when we get it right. We won in Atlanta, we got our podium in St. Louis, and if we can keep that streak going, I think we can pull off a strong end to the season.
I think Beecham might be another giant killer here, but Osbo's going to try to put a stop to it, so Beecham high on the bank. Look at now coming to the power alley outside zone 2. Now transition, good, clean, fluid transition in outside zone 3. Beecham now in this last outside zone. Can he take down Frederick Osbo? Here we go, slide him left for Osbo or right for Trent. Beecham gets one vote. Beecham takes down Frederick Osbo.
The zone 1's ripping, just floored flat out. Fourth gear the whole time. Just trying to stay with him, you know? He's Frederick Osbo, the best of the best, so that's it right there.
Wow, that is huge. Odie's got to be stoked.
Yeah, James Dean is probably wearing a Trenton Beecham t-shirt right now.
Right.
I've been trying to really work on filling the zones better at this track and failed at it again, so back to the training camp I go and work on perfecting the sport.
All right, well, the action continues here. We have officially made our way to the Tuerck Drift Grade 8. Look, James Dean out, Osbo out.
Odie on the hard charge. Got to get through Ryan Tuerck, though.
Odie currently sitting in second. This is big for the championship. But look at Ryan Tuerck with that new engine being debuted this year. Again, he's running that 6-cylinder, same one that's in Frederick Osbo's car. Contact is made. It's like Tuerck almost pushing Odie Bobshis around.
So this bank's like the longest bank out of any track on the circuit. So you're literally just always trying to predict what the car's going to do and trying to countering that the whole time.
And here goes Tuerck. Let's see what he's got into that big bank. Man, that thing is flying right now. Pulling away from Odie. Odie is just squirming in that chase position.
Looking forward to just taking one battle at a time here and hopefully at the #1 spot at the end of the whole event.
Slide him left, slide him right. Ryan Tuerck gets one vote one more time.
We're waiting to find out if I got turkey burger or Odie sandwich. So one of these guys is going to win this eventually, and I'm going to go up against one of the 2 fastest dudes on here. But I've already beat James Dean, so should be smooth sailing.
Odie Bakshi's Ryan Tuerck. Who's going to come out on top? Who's going against Jones? Who's going to the final 4? There, look at Tuerck saying, okay, fine, I'll back off. Going to that second outside zone, through the power alley, into outside zone 3. Oh, there we go. Now applying the pressure, past that inside clip in that final outside zone.
He's playing it smart.
Yep. Looks like Ryan Tuerck gets 1 vote. 2 votes, Ryan Tuerck gets the win. Tuerck advances to the finals. Woo! God damn Ryan. This place is erupting right now. What do you say, Seattle? Our finals are set. Where are my Hero Manoa fans at? Where are my Ryan Tuerck fans at? Oh no, we are hearing that it is a competition timeout for Hero Manoa. Lorette, go run over there. What's going on? What's cooking?
What I'm hearing is that it's an electrical issue.
The system's in the car. If one thing goes out, I mean, it's the right call to make, you know.
So Hero Manoa is out. Ryan Tuerck will have a celebratory run. That will be number 1. Ryan Tuerck gets the win here in Seattle. Hero Manoa, back-to-back podium, St. Louis, and now here in Seattle. Ryan Tuerck!
I couldn't be happier. We showed up this weekend, threw our old playbook away, and basically started from scratch and just having that connection with the car again.
We'll see you in line, or we'll see you another time. Send it, Formula Drift Nation!
Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
Max Gear is a high-performance synthetic gear oil designed to provide maximum protection to heavily loaded gear. Its slippery synthetic molecules and center-look additive package not only reduce wear, they virtually eliminate both gear and bearing wear. We run 1,000 horsepower through our transmission and differential all season long and never have a problem. Eliminate a variable. Drift with Royal Purple Max Gear. Pour purple, Royal Purple. You can find Max Gear at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
モータースポーツで得た高度な技術をすべてのレイズホイール一本に込める魂は永遠に変わらない。ビヨンド・ザ・レボリューション The concept is racing.
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack.
They're absolutely shredded now.
That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built into every Bethesda UHP Max tire goes from podium
A lot of performance
to pavement. Whether you're a professional driver chasing podiums or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda Tires are designed for your journey.
NGK, the leader in high-ignitability spark plugs, is proud to announce the launch of its Mod Performance Ignition Coils. Designed and built for performance, Mod Coils feature custom primary and secondary windings to increase output and performance. Mod Coils provide maximum levels of dielectric strength, voltage insulation, and durability. Level up like the pros. Choose Mod Performance Ignition Coils from NGK, the official coil sponsor of the Formula Drift Pro Spec class.
Well, you can see the kerfuffle down there in outside zone 2, and it's what's going on is Federico Sceriffo basically folded that front wheel, and what happened is the outer tie rod, it's still attached to the knuckle, and it folded underneath, and now they have the jaws of life trying to cut it off so they could tow the car even off the track.
You know, there's some track worker that's been looking to whip those bad boys out.
Oh, yeah.
He's just like, hey, we've got to use the jaws on this one.
Gotta bring him out.
So happy. Yeah,
Like,
fire up the Jenny.
He was like when you go to those videos at those ridiculous restaurants that had like they bring out the steak in the box with the smoke and the can. They brought out the jaws of life. Like,
yeah. No, he's just pumped for it. So looks like we're seeing a little bit of movement here, but yeah, that whole corner basically folded under itself, went hover car status. But I mean, whatever brand of tie rod that is, I mean, everybody make the switch. Yeah, exactly, make the switch.
The Ferrari special.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure it's
Fetty Wap.
Yeah.
I think it's Fetty Wap shop.
And if you're wondering what happened, this is what happened.
You know, he has Chelsea spotting for him. He's trying to go for 88 miles per hour and go back to the future lane. Great Scott Marty, boom.
Yeah, boom. Oh, I think it was the second hit that got him. Yeah. First one knocked it loose. Second one
sealed the deal.
Yeah. It's like when you drop a glass bottle. Sometimes you get one bounce out of it. Yeah, not this time.
Yeah. Yeah, so there, yeah, you can see that front left already folding underneath right there. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So not only is it, again, just an insult to injury scenario here, as, you know, we talked about how we're going to kind of expedite here through seeding brackets, but here we are. I mean, two battles in, it's taken us an hour. It's been about an hour for 2 battles. So we'll continue on. Yeah, we're getting there. We're slowly moving. So yeah, we got some buys going down. So Diego Higa, he gets a fast pass into the 4. So Madison and Hobson there, and Stuke and Thorne. That'll be a good one. Hateley, boom, right into it. So he'll make it in the show. And then Mohan, boom, he's in. Hansen's in. So just like that.
Yeah, it should go by pretty quick once we get a clean set of runs going.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Yeah, somewhere.
No incidents like this. No oil spills.
We got them out of the way early.
Thrills and spills and chills.
Yeah.
So
just when you think you've seen it all, drifting comes back and shows you something different.
Oh boy.
We're getting some new reports coming in here.
All right, let's go under the hood with Dylan Hughes.
Yo, I'm Dylan Hughes. We're down here in Costa Mesa, California. We're at our race shop. This is actually not open to the public. This is just where we build and maintain our race cars for Formula Drift, Grid Life, and pretty much everything else in between. Let's go get under the hood. So walking in the back door is where you guys are kind of coming in right now. And as you cruise in, you can see there's several vehicles in here. So basically, to start the lineup, we have my Grid Life E36. So this is a car that I actually bought from one of my buddies in 2017 or so. I daily drove it for about 2.5, 3 years. So now the engine setup that is in this thing, it's actually the original block and head that came out of the car, but we ended up doing a different crankshaft, rods and pistons, and all super tech in the cylinder head. So it's a 3-liter 10-to-1 compression with a bottom mount Garrett G30 900 turbo on it with a Link plug-and-play ECU. We won the LZ World Tour in this event in Kern County last week. So moving on down the line, we have our turbo diesel E46 wagon. This is an OM606 engine. This is something that we wanted to build to basically show off Row Purple's diesel oil. We hit up Luke Dale from Diesel Pump UK out of the UK, and he sent us a pretty badass motor. And this thing's been rocking for us. So this thing just got back from Japan. It was over there for about 6 months for the RSR Drift Festival. In Go-Kart Corner here, we have a 1980s F2 car. There is an actual possibility that Ayrton Senna drove this exact car. So some guys say he's the best driver to ever walk this planet. To be able to sit behind the same steering wheel that Ayrton Senna did would be probably one of the craziest things ever. I might shed a tear if I got to do that. That'd be pretty cool. I think that our team is mostly known for, one, having a good time. I feel like our pit is always a good vibe. Everybody's always smiling. Kenan and Carlos are constantly harassing each other, and then me at the same time. And I think we're also known for having one of the cleanest cars on the grid, and we absolutely pride ourselves on that. You go and pop the hood on that competition car, or the 36, or the diesel, or the 2JZ NASCAR, all of these cars are pretty well immaculate under the hood at any given time. And that's just the reputation that we want to keep up. There are some guys don't have their cars as clean, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that's just not how we roll. You know, you're stoked to have people walk by and just their jaw drops when they've never seen an engine that looks like that, and that's what gets me stoked. So clean car, having a good time, I think that's definitely the two things we're known for. So this is the help, dude. This is the help. We got. Not actually an employee. We got Carlos here. We got Carlos here. So this is the crew chief on the race program. This is the mastermind behind pretty much all of the cars. keep him clean. He's absolutely the best. We love having him around. We got Big L, who's in from Portland, so he has a bunch of really nice camera equipment, and he's a legendary camera. He works for Formula One sometimes, no big deal. I'm gonna humble brag for you real quick. We got business partner Kinnan, manager, doer of all things, and then we got Elsbad here helping us out with some merchandise today. So without these guys and their equipment and their knowledge, this would absolutely not be possible. So it takes a team to make this whole crazy circus go around, but we're very lucky to all do it under one roof, and we get to work with pretty much our best friends, so we freaking love it.
All right, welcome back. We pulled a Ferrari off course finally. Like I said, had to cut the outer tire. What the heck, crazy. And again, 2 battles, 1 hour. It's gonna be a long night here. All right, Daniel Stuke, Robert Thorne. This is, again, this would be our final battle of the 16 here in seeding brackets. And this is an important one for these guys because Stuke and Thorne, you win, you're in. You wanna get an advance on. And, oh, I'm so sorry. And as, I stepped on your foot. Here we go. Stuke out front, Robert Thorne in chase position. Let's see what Stuke's got in that M-Spec S chassis initiating. There goes Thorne. Looks like he drops into that first outside zone, transition out of that second outside zone. Thorne way back there. Oh no, he's taking that similar line as Federico Sceriffo. He got lost in the smoke. Now coming into this last outside zone. Stuke keeping it together. It looks like Robert Thorne just gets lost, man. Just absolutely lost in the smoke, struggling to hang with Stuke. Out front, put it together, almost saw another incident there.
Yeah, it looked a little bit strugglesome, if you will, from Robert Thorne right off the kick here. So dives in, big left foot brake, understeers like crazy, and then from there it was just playing the catch-up game. And I mean, almost drives straight there for a section. Well, I mean, out front, Daniel Stuke doing a really, really good job throwing those zones out. Looking really nice and fluid, while Robert Thorne's just doing everything he possibly can to get back into the battle. But this is more the Stuke that we've seen of form lately. Jared talked about this in the prospect stream that things do get dusty here. We're not going through and blowing the truck off between every run, but it does get dusty. It does start to play a little bit of a role in all these battles. But at the end of the day, I mean, Robert Thorne understeered pretty heavily through that section.
And also I'm finding out Josh Love is a spotter, and he DB'd Robert Thorne DB'd in the chase position, and where Ryan and I are looking at it, it might have been on that second outside zone where he did a tire drop.
Okay.
So unfortunately, that will mean that Robert Thorne would have to retire.
Wow.
So big turn of events there. Again, Robert Thorne, again, another prospect champion that made the jump to pro. Obviously a talented driver, has a lot of fun, but this is an unfortunate turn of events for him. So Thorne will have to bow out because no contact there, no contact was made, so DB'd the tire, and that will mean that Stuke will advance on.
Yeah, and this was this is an event that Robert Thorne won it all here. I mean, he had an incredible performance here in Utah, which ended up winning him the championship. So real rough there for Robert Thorne, but yeah, I mean, Daniel Stuke, I'm sure he's happy about it, and gets to compete again on Saturday.
Okay, so again, yeah, Thorne is out. Definitely a bummer for him, but Stuke advances on. So here's his bye run, the second half of it. Attrition, man, I think that's going to be the name of the game. Keep your tires underneath you. You know, I mean, look at transitioning, going to the second outside zone. That sun's staring right at you, man, and especially add that dust.
Yeah. Oof. It's another track where the sun really starts to play an effect. I mean, Seattle being one of them, St. Louis to some regard as well, but yeah, we have no lights here, so the sun is all we get. But yeah, well, Daniel Stuke just putting down a couple of corners there and enough to go through, and unfortunately Robert Thorne, that'll be it.
Yeah, such a bummer for him. That back right, I think. All right, so, all right. Well, we will be seeing some bye runs from these gentlemen. So, Hateley, Mohan, and Rudy Hansen. So they will get the fast pass into 16 because Hateley was intended to go against Joao. He is not here. Mohan was to go against Mike Power. And then Hansen versus Vaughn Gittin Jr. But obviously Power and Vaughn aren't here. So Andy Hateley, the Drift Wizard, Evil Auto Works BMW. Let's lay out and listen to this Hot Rod Jalapeno. The habanero.
say.
It's the habanero. Step it up to ghost pepper.
Real spicy.
Ghost pepper.
Yeah.
Carolina Reaper.
Scorpion.
Is that hotter than a Reaper?
I believe so. Yeah. Not up to date on my Scoville units, but.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole. Have you ever done that one chip thing?
No, but I did try the bomb Beyond Insanity once at a friend's house. That sucked real bad.
It's
not
painful.
fun.
Not fun. Like really spicy foods are like scary movies. It stays with you. You don't like it, and at some point you just don't enjoy it.
Yeah. No, that was pretty much it. Anything above a habanero, I'm good.
All right, here we are taking a look at our seating brackets. Again, we do go all the way till we find out who gets the win within seating brackets. More bragging rights. It's also more track time as well.
It's going to be interesting is Irwindale with these seating brackets, because all these drivers, I mean, obviously the goal is to have them come back for Irwindale. So you're going to see potentially, Forrest Lang, Dean Carney, and Vaughn having to battle their way through it.
That's right.
Which that's going to be probably one of the best seating brackets we're going to see all year.
And Dean Carney, he's been on a hiatus, busy with his the hyper stuff. So busy man.
Rotary screaming.
Yeah. Rotating gang. And Rudy Hansen is in the burnout box, and he will complete his bye run.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit before, but Rudy running the same car in both Pro and Pro Specs. So I don't know if he's running the Pro Spec size here.
I know you said he did that. He did that at a previous round.
Yeah.
With Pro Spec and Pro.
A few drivers have done that, and just to make it a little bit more predictable, and it's a big jump up. I mean, if you go from a 255 up to a 295, I mean that's a lot of extra rubber on the car.
All right, here comes Rudy Hansen. So I say Cat Daddy. All right, here's Team Hansen and Rudy from Idaho. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, we're not planting potatoes.
All right, so track transforming. I think it's the sun. I mean, here, like, that's
yeah, I'm good.
That's pretty blinding.
Blinded by the light?
At this point, the drivers that are in, talking about Derek Madison, talking about Ben Hobson, Higa, Stuke, Hateley, Mohan, and Rudy, you can kind of exhale now because you're in the show. This is now bragging rights.
Yeah.
So, how much do you truly push given what we've seen with those first two battles?
I think there's a couple of drivers here that really, really want to prove a point.
Okay.
So I would not be shocked to see a few of these go pretty hard.
Go hard, not into the paint.
Yes. No. Well, I mean, stay within the paint.
Stay within the paint.
On this side of the paint, please.
Yep. Not in the dirt.
And there we go.
And we got a Mustang coming. And there we are seeing Derek Madison, his first head-to-head here today. Talked to D-Mads about his setup and what he's got cooking. Again, he was trying to work out the car and kind of get all the kinks out of it.
Yeah.
Talk to him at all?
Yeah, I've talked to him a lot. I mean, we were back and forth joking about the amount of ribs that he runs on his belt. I know, once again, super nerdy stuff, but
right.
There's a lot of back and forth as to, do you actually run a slightly smaller belt on a bigger pulley? And we're talking about actual rib count. So running a 10 rib belt on a 15 rib pulley to allow it to have some movement, because if you go the full width, if one pops off, it's going to tear the whole thing off. So we were arguing back and forth about the principles behind that. It was good. It's good, good friendly banter.
Absolutely. I thought you were talking about barbecue again. You brought up ribs.
Yeah, my mouth is definitely watering now. That's for sure.
Okay, yeah, stop drooling. All right, there's Hobson. See him off in the distance. So Hobson and Derek Madison. So I think Hobson caught off guard because thought he was kind of 3 battles away, but
yeah,
bye runs.
Just blew through it. So.
All right, our K&N grade 8 seating bracket. Madison and Hobson, 2 young bucks here in the Formula Drift Pro Championship. Again, making that jump from Pro Spec to Pro. And here are the stats between these 2 gentlemen. Again, this is as of 2021.
Yeah, Derek Madison in that Fuel Lab Fuel Systems S chassis, and then obviously Ben Hobson in that RTR Mustang. So both of them going at it. Nice big sponsorship package on both sides. Always good to see.
Yeah.
Battle of the hair.
What's
I mean,
that?
do you remember when Ben had some longer hair going too?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like now he's like on the Yankees. You know, like you can't have facial hair.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I'm joking.
yeah, he's on
Yeah, I
RTR,
mean,
you
but
gotta clean it up,
Vaughn
right?
would not be that way
No,
at all. Shout out to Vaughn Gittin Jr. I'm sure he's watching from home. Oh, Crandon's this weekend too.
Oh, okay. So he might be watching from the rig.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, maybe watching out there with Lauren Healy. All right, let's get him in that burn-up box. What are we waiting for? Failure to launch.
Okay.
Oh.
So, yeah, so basically they've got hands on the car right now, which means that they've initiated a 5-minute
competition timeout?
Yeah, because they are setting air pressure. That should have been done before he left.
And clarify here, because competition timeout, you have one in seating bracket that is separate from actual head-to-head competition. So, all right, jumping in the burnout box. Here we go.
Mr. Chris Ewell is here to run a tight and efficient show. So there is no detail missed, that's for sure.
All right, Vaughn Gittin Jr. is saying he is watching, G.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so Vaughn.
You got G, huh?
Yeah, and you can't have longer hair than Vaughn. I think that's the rule.
Oh, I mean,
Vaughn
he's extending it. It is.
It's growing.
He's definitely growing into it as well. I mean.
Yeah, a lot more tie-dye.
It's happening.
He's got a little granola on his side.
I mean, it happens. I know he's a big fan of the barefoot now, so.
Vaughn texted me, said Lauren Healy, his off-road Funhaver teammate, him and Vaughn qualified P1 and P2.
Dang.
So
Who qualified P1 though?
I'm gonna say Lauren.
Yeah.
Vaughn will text me and be like, dude. He's texting me right now and letting me know. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Lauren Healy qualified P1 and Vaughn Gittin Jr. qualified P2.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is there are only 2 cars in that class.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
crazy how that works, huh?
I'm joking, but Crandon's amazing. So here we go. Let's take a look. Derek Madison, Ben Hobson. These guys are in the show now. This is for bragging rights. D-Mads, that Fuel Lab S chassis. Ben Hobson comes in hot. Want to make sure doesn't have oil in his face once again. Madison going hard. Oh, buddy. Straightening out. D-Mads. Ben Hobson almost gets to the side of him. Oh, Madison goes way off course. More dust for your diet, Ben Hobson. Ooh, did you see that? I don't know if you saw that as he there, that rumble strip, when they go into outside zone 3, it's kind of got a leading edge there that could really take off a tire. We saw somebody debeat earlier today, so got to be cautious there.
Be a little careful, but yeah. Derek Madison, right off the jump, I mean, he came up pretty short through the first outside zone. Big e-brake pull. Definitely prefer to see him on throttle well before that point. And just struggling. I mean, he's sitting in the box for a little bit, sitting cold, but definitely going 3 wheels off at this point, 4 wheels off. Now turning into an off-road vehicle. And then right there, Ben getting a little spicy going in outside zone 3. So
Derek Madison qualified P3 at Crandon off-road.
Yeah, exactly. Just behind Vaughn Gittin Jr.
And it was true. Lauren Healy got P1.
Okay. I mean, hey, congrats to Vaughn for P2.
Right? Yeah, it's great.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's get these tires pumped up, kiddos. Oh, Derek Madison grew a tail.
I think there it
dropped
goes.
his tail. He shedded. He's like a lizard. He's molting.
Probably just making sure the car still feels tight after going off like that. You'll see drivers pretty often do that back and forth just to make sure that the everything's still feeling like it's in the correct spot.
All right, bumpers, dust, it's all going down here at Utah, and this is what we talked about earlier, Sopa and I. Very unassuming track, 3 outside zones, but it's kind of more room for activities, you know, and with that comes got one fly just
this fly is
haunting
aggressive.
You.
It is aggressive.
All right,
it's
so
like I owe it money.
I want to get away. I want to fly away. All right, Ben Hobson, Derek Madison, like a dragonfly. All right, Hobson, the Pennzoil Ford Mustang. And here comes Derek Madison. A shorter run-up from previous years. And going a little off course there, but that's the natural line. Nice job by Hobson. Again, this young man definitely earning his stripes right now. Good run by Ben Hobson. Transition now to outside zone 3. Boom, puts it right there. This is the Hobson we know.
Yeah.
This Ben Hobson is absolutely delivering. That was a solid run by Ben Hobson out front, and this is what earned him, the opportunity to go from pro spec to pro, winning the championship and jumping on this RTR camp.
Yeah, absolutely crushed it on this one. I mean, this is what we wanted to see from Ben all year. This is what we expected to see from Ben all year. On throttle all the way through initiation, bit of an e-brake there to get him nice and wide, but right on the very edge of that first outside zone, back on throttle, launching that car over the rumble strips, then into 2, looks solid, looks planted, is on throttle the whole time. We know these Mustangs love to be driven at full throttle all the time.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he does through all the zones. So great job from Ben Hobson. Derek Madison in the chase, doing what he can to keep up. I mean, it's tough. It's definitely tough chasing those RTRs, but stoked to see the Ben doing that kind of drive. And Derek, I mean, still putting on a good show in the chase behind him. But I think it'll be pretty clear which way the judges are going to go on this one.
All right, so Vaughn Gittin Jr. and his whole Fun Haver team watching. So shout out to the human Chihuahua, Jeremy Brenner. And he will, they're cheering on Ben Hobson, so let's make it official with D-Mats going off course, I assume. Ben Hobson, B-Hobbs in the building, gets it done. He's gonna go against Diego Higa in the 4 here in the seating brackets.
I like that battle. I like that battle a lot.
Well, Diego got to see some exciting action, getting, punted by Federico Sceriffo. Hopefully got his car back together. But two drivers and their vehicles in the 4. We move on to Stuke and Andy Hateley. So looks like they are in the burnout box. Taking a look just across yonder here. Beautiful backdrop. Utah Motorsports campus, formerly Miller Motorsports Park. And there is Higa. Oh, wait. Oh, he's got to complete a buy run. My bad. All right, so Diego does have to complete a buy run, making sure. And this is a good opportunity,
Make
for
sure
him.
the car's good. Yeah.
Just after getting in the tussle with Fetty in the off-road adventure. So, let's take a look, lay out, listen. Again, this car of yesteryear, once piloted by Ryan Tuerck, the JDM Supreme, Diego Higa ride, taking out those cones like he's Pac-Man, just clipping them all. Whoa, but everybody, man, having troubles there. Everybody's having troubles on that second outside zone.
Yeah, definitely scrubbing that car, making sure everything's good. I mean, here's the time to find out if there's a problem.
Absolutely. Yeah, you work it out. You work it out now. All right, so Higa still
drifting.
All right,
he's drifting backwards. Hey, he's running it backwards. Yes, finally.
There we go.
Oh, I've been talking about this forever.
Yep.
See, look at how great this looks.
Nobody's saying it doesn't.
I know. Then why aren't we doing that? Kevin.
Yeah, the president's right here.
I know. Spotters agree, right? Yeah, run it backwards. Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, Stuke and Hobo Hateley over here. Look at Andy Hateley. Looks the drift wizard. Cast a spell on me if I talk ill about him, so I should just back down here. All right. So now we're moving on to Stuke and Andy Hateley. This should be a fun one to watch.
Yeah.
Let's look at all the smoke just looming. This looks like a
that looks
sick.
Film, it's like a war film in here.
Yeah.
In here. Out here.
Yeah.
Out.
The Otter Zone.
How long do you think it'll take
Never.
me living in Florida before that leaves?
Nope.
No?
You can't shake it, dude.
All right.
Yep.
I'm going to start saying diesel, though.
Diesel?
Yeah, instead of diesel.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's just weird. Yeah.
Just Florida things.
XYZ? Nope.
I can flip back and forth.
All right, here we go. Let's see Hateley and Stuke. And looks like Stuke will lead. Hateley chasing him down. Stuke comes out swinging. Hateley takes that straight line approach right to the side of Stuke in that first outside zone. Both of them filling it properly. Let's see how they handle this. Everybody's having some trouble in that second outside zone, going in the dirt. Saw that earlier from quite a few drivers, but they both navigated properly in this last outside zone 3. Stuke, a little handbrake, allows Hateley to catch up. Good proximity between both of them. That was a really solid run there. No incidents.
Nice and tidy.
Yep, that was tight.
Yeah. I was a little concerned before when Stuke shut it down early on his bye run that he was running into some sort of issues, but it definitely doesn't look like it here. So Stuke, nice, smooth, floaty initiation of the first outside zone. Andy Hateley a little bit further back, and because of that, he gets caught in the smoke just a touch there to transition out, putting Andy Hateley on a much tighter line. But Stuke through 2 looks really good. Good wheel speed on the car. Everything looks nice and stable. You know, really, really like the way that Stuke's putting this together now. If he keeps driving like this the rest of the weekend, it's going to mean only good things. You know, Andy Hateley in the chase just has to predict a little bit better, isn't as aggressive on initiation, gets on the throttle a little bit late, and then from there it's just playing catch up through the rest of the run. So we'll swap him back around. We'll see what Andy Hateley's got. I mean, we really haven't seen, you know, what his lead driving looks like. He had that bye run earlier, but that's not going to be indicative of the way he's going to drive in competition. And then we'll go from there and see what Stuke's able to do in the chase.
Let's see what Stuke's got here. Chasing him down. Hateley, that car is absolutely slammed on the ground.
He's body low, though. He's not real low.
No?
Just body kit low. I know. I had a conversation with him about
Placebo.
it. Yeah, placebo.
Placebo.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Andy Hateley out front. What do we got? Stuke in the chase. Again, seeding round of 8. Who's moving on to the 4? On the other side, Hobson and Higa. Now Stuke or Hateley. All right. Stuke give himself quite a bit of distance there. Strategy, see if it pays off, or just maybe just playing it safe, because again, what's at stake here is bragging rights, and now Hateley goes into that second outside zone. Also, where you seed, you know, could play a major role as well. And there goes Hateley in that last outside zone. Stuke taking a shallower line. Hateley just riding that course's edge. Well done by Hateley out front. Hateley, the habanero hobo eating. Oh, he doesn't eat hobos, he eats habanero.
I was going to say, I hope not.
No.
That's a whole other person.
Yep.
No, I really think on initiation, if you're not completely on their door going into the first part of the first outside zone, that's it. You're basically getting walked for the rest of it. And you can see that here again with Stuke. He's got a very quick car, very fast car for Daniel Stuke, but just not even able to keep up at this point. Now, he does fill in the chase quite well, but Andy Hateley out front having another solid lead. So we're finding now the driver's getting into the zone, the track's cleared out, the dust is literally settling, and these leads are getting really tidy. And I do think this weekend will start to come down to the chase, because we have 3 outside zones. That's it. So if all the drivers, I mean, even in seating bracket driving like this in the lead, what it's going to come down to is how well you can time the initiation on chase. If you can get that dialed, I mean, the battle's yours.
The battle is yours. Could it be yours? It could be mine. About to find out. Stuke or Hateley. Take a look at our BC Racing custom coilover side-by-side. Go for gold. The official suspension of Formula Drift.
Yeah, so it looked like Stuke had initiation a little bit earlier. Pretty equal distance to the first outside zone. Second outside zone, it looks like Hateley a little bit closer, but Stuke had kind of a better chase through part of that, just in the zone a little bit deeper. And then through this last part, I mean, Andy has definitely got more proximity to that. I mean, they're pretty comparable.
Yeah.
Stuke holds it on, you know, the end of the zone a little bit longer as they cross the line, but very, very comparable from both drivers. So
like 2 good straight-up battles. That's good. Yeah. So yeah, no one more times putting it on the shoulders of the judges.
We talked a little bit about Vernon when he was, you know, talked with Vernon about this in the practice show.
Yep.
And he kind of brought up, you know, they're going to go through a few different things to look on, but stability and commitment are what it's going to start to define.
Stability and commitment.
Mm-hmm. Stability in the driving, how smooth they are through the transitions, you know.
And there we are, taking a look at the judges being represented, Japan, Netherlands, and USA. And let's see. Do we have a verdict, kids? Come on now.
I think so. I think I'm seeing the...
They're tapping in.
Everybody's tapping in.
Tap it in. All right. Waiting for the outcome here. Stuke or Hateley. Hobson, Higa. Is it going to be another H with Hateley?
Getting a lot of H's going.
All right. Slide him left for Stuke or right for Andy Hateley. And it's another H. H-bomb here. Andy Hateley gets the win and advances on. So you got Hobson, you got Higa, you got Hateley, and it could be Hansen. Or is it going to be Mohan? Sorry.
Mohan?
Just change it for the sake of being
It's
another
just for today. That's it. I got a theme
I
going
know.
here.
Got a theme song. Here we go. Kyle Mohan, Rudy Hansen on the start line, ready to send them. Have you ever been to Pocatello, Idaho?
I have not. I don't think I've been to Idaho at all.
No?
No.
Okay.
Done basically
Idaho's
the whole,
sick.
you know.
North Idaho?
Yeah.
State of mind, baby. Here we go. Kyle the Menace Mohan leading out in that rotary. Rudy Hansen in tow in that first outside zone goes Mohan. Nice job by him. Hansen back there quite a bit. Looks like he gained some ground. Mohan really comes screeching to a halt there in that second outside zone. Didn't want to overkick it, get involved in that dirt. Now third outside zone. Winding up the rotary. Hansen gets aggressive. Looks like there was maybe some contact made.
Yeah,
man,
hard to say. It did look like Kyle Mohan choked up pretty hard going into 3, which there is no decel zone. There's no reason should be slowing down like that through that section. Obviously, we'll go back to a replay and confirm that, but that was my first instinct there. So take a look here. Mohan out front in that rotary. Hansen following behind in the S chassis. So Kyle does a pretty good job there through the first outside zone. Comes out a little bit early. Now Rudy's really got to pick up the pace because Kyle cut that zone, and we see Kyle now just getting those rear tires in. Now Hansen starts to fall into form in a bit better of a tandem. And then right there, Kyle Mohan comes completely off throttle. We see all the smoke come out. No smoke coming out of those rear tires. So Rudy has nowhere to go at that point in time. Kind of has to, grab the old ejecto-ceto and pull out of the run there.
Ejecto-ceto? Yeah, no, you called it. Great.
I think if we watch the miles per hour here, you'll be able to see it, hopefully, as he comes through this section. So, lead run, maybe not. It doesn't look like Kyle's is really
right here
operated correctly. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear. He choked up pretty hard on that one. So, Rudy, nowhere to go, but back to Idaho. No, just happened to rhyme.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. Again, going with the H theme. Could be Hansen. Signs of saying Hansen.
It was a broken keyboard when we wrote the script. All we can use is H's now.
Bob. Yep. Okay, let's alternate the positions. Hansen pulling up. Mohan in the chase.
So Rudy right now really just has to lay down a solid lead run to take this out, at least in my mind.
Yeah, and that's your speculation there,
yeah,
based off of what you saw.
Might be something I'm missing. Sometimes we focus in on the wrong thing and miss 3 wheels off, but I don't think that was the case here.
No. Hansen ready to come out of the chute. And any moment, waiting for him. Looks like thumbs up, clear to send. All right. And lights are on. Let's see him extinguish and see what kind of line we see here from Rudy Hansen. Open in the chase. Across the nose of the RX-8. Hansen drops into that first outside zone. Actually does not. Doesn't get all the way deep. Mohan back there quite a bit. Down to the second outside zone. Good angle now from Hansen. Wow, look at that. Really maxing out that angle coming outside zone 3. Yeah, Mohan just not part of the conversation, but again, Hansen on initiation didn't really get into that first outside zone, but really made up for the second and the third.
Yeah, very, very hesitant to the first outside zone, but yeah, zone 2, zone 3 looked really good. We'll see if we can figure out exactly why. So initiation looks just hesitant is really what it is. Almost gets into that zone, and then Kyle does not anticipate what's going on there and then has to play a ton of catch-up. Now, Rudy through the second, gets planted, adds a little bit more angle partway through. The transition is nice and smooth. And then through 3, but yeah, Kyle just not in the same area code at that point.
I've got bros in different area codes. And Mohan was in that different area code.
He was in a different area code.
I've got bros. I've got bros. Different area code. Slide him left for Mohan, but I think you know the outcome here. Let's slide him right for Rudy Hansen. Team Hansen gets the victory and the H factor.
Yeah, we'll go against
H-Town.
Hateley. Do we only use last names now?
Yep.
Just to make it.
Hobson and Higa, Hateley and Hansen. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Here we are taking a look. This is how the seating bracket is shaping up. So guaranteed, you know, again, yeah, the four
each club.
Solid. Rudy Hansen, again, he's guaranteed 3rd place at minimum. We'd like to better that, take out Andy Hateley. See our judges there to the right in the center of your screen, underneath the umbrellas, spotters just to the left of them. Watching, judging, watching, look at the baby. Catch my flight home from San Diego. All right, and we are getting ready to send them the K&N top 4 in seating brackets. K&N, the official performance filter of Formula Drift. Do you know K&N makes home filters?
No way.
Yeah.
For your furnace?
Huh?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, and they're cleanable. You oil them. It's sick.
Man.
I have some in my house.
I'm gonna have to do that. I have to give my
cabin filters, oil filters.
Give my furnace 5 more horsepower.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, K&N makes home filters.
All right.
Yep. In all the sizes. So, all right. And
here we go.
All
First
right.
The H's.
Hobson and Higa. There can be only one Supreme H. Young. Higa's been banging away for years. Hobson, it fits. You know, being a Ford driver. His family has a Ford dealership, so it works. Again, good energy. Always got a great attitude, but he wants to win. He wants to get on the box here in Salt Lake City. Here we go. Ben Hobson initiates a Pensacola Mustang RTR Spec 5. Higa dusted, but not done. In his second outside zone goes Hobson. Ooh, gets a little disrupted. Man, look at the attitude of the car. Into that second outside zone, Higa tucks in. Last outside zone, how's he gonna manage? And Hobson, using all the course, brings it in. Woo-wee! That's a battle right there, kids.
There we go, Ben Hobson.
Zero chill. I mean, again, these guys, look, you're in the show if you know, placement, but again,
yeah,
this isn't for a trophy.
This is what I mean, though. These are the bragging rights sometimes mean more than anything else, right? Just knowing, and especially for Ben Hobson right now, really trying to prove to himself. And same thing with Diego Higa. Just they want to solidify and prove that they deserve to be here. Now look at Ben Hobson. Love this initiation right in the zone. Dips 1 wheel off, maybe 2. Higa doing a good job in the chase. Now picks up the pace as he goes into the second outside zone. Ben starting to pull out of it just a touch. Lines himself out well, still on throttle all the way through. And Ben Hobson, like, finding parts of the track that he's not even supposed to be using, but filling that whole outside zone. So I'm sure the judges will take a look at that. Depending on what Higa's lead is going to be, Hobson might be deducted a little bit for going 2 wheels off through the third outside zone, but very aggressive, pushing real hard. This is the Ben Hobson we remember from the pro spec.
Yeah, I mean, I would say he's sticking his neck out there like a giraffe. You know, I mean, really put his neck out there on the line. He's having fun, and this is he's back.
This is it.
Back,
baby.
All right.
Never left.
Higa will now lead. I think it's just covered in dust, dude.
Yeah, if you run a mobile car wash, this is the place to be. You can clean up this weekend.
Absolutely. Chris Mady, formerly of K&N, says 5 house powers.
Oh.
Bing bong. All right.
5 house powers. As long as it makes my AC run better. It is hot in Florida, it turns out.
Oh, yeah, Florida man.
Yeah.
All right, so Higa will be out front. Hobson chasing him down. Lights are going on. Once they extinguish, let's send it, kids. What do we got? Who's going to the finals of our K&N seating brackets? And here comes Higa out of the gate. Now initiating into that first outside zone. Higa's there. Hobson in formation. Coming out of that first outside zone into second. Hobson back there quite a bit. Higa, massive angle, goes off. Some more dust for your diet. Now this last outside zone, getting that overhead shot. Dialed that in. So that second outside zone, woo, Hobson.
Jeez.
Looking like Mad Max.
This is, yeah, definitely Fury Road here. So both drivers making some mistakes in that lead. Realistically, Ben Hobson had 2 wheels off through outside zone 3, but through this, Higa had a couple of spots. So going lead to lead, that's what it's going to come down to, is who overcommitted to these zones. First outside zone, Higa looking great. Ben Hobson gets caught up just a little bit. Now right through here, Higa now 2 wheels, maybe even 3 wheels off through that section. Might have to find a different camera angle to confirm that. Ben Hobson doesn't take the bait, stays back just a little bit. And then through here, Higa again dips another tire. So realistically, in my mind, I mean, Higa did make 2 mistakes in 2 zones, whereas Ben Hobson might have only made 1. But Ben Hobson, a little less active in the chase there. So the plot little thick, and that might have been 3 wheels off through there.
Might have been a little superfluous there for Diego Higa. I think that you know didn't really need to do that, but you know just extended himself out there, like you said, risking it. But to your point, this is a good opportunity to get familiar with the track. These conditions, the sun.
We're in breathe, man.
Oh, we almost looks like we're getting relief. So half of the sun is behind the mountain.
Tuerck's going back on. It's gonna get cold real quick.
Hey, I'm Jacob Gibbs.
I mean, I did do my Jared Deanna
Do that.
earlier.
Do it.
I'm Jared Deanna. Welcome to Thorne. I can't do it. Anyways, but yeah, Diego Higa. I mean, 2 zones with mistakes, at least in my mind. Love to get the judges' opinion if they notice that Higa went 3 off.
Here we go. Where are we going? Slide him left for Hobson, right for Higa, and boom goes the dynamite. So Hobson moves on. Higa is knocked out.
It does look like Higa did go 3 off. I'm getting the hand signals there. Not the usual ones I get from Brian, but in this case indicated it was
it out. Yep. Hey, the hair. All right, here we go onto the other side of the bracket. The sun dropping behind the mountain, and like you said, get a little reprieve here.
Oh man.
Oof.
I'm okay with it.
Now you can put your beanie on and look like a Canadian ninja again. Here we go, Rudy Hansen, Andy Hateley. Hansen looking like T2. Look at this. Look at this.
That might be the coolest headshot.
It's pretty hard.
It's up there.
It looks like he rides jet skis. He rode a jet ski here. I mean, Hateley's is pretty hard too.
They're both pretty sick.
Yeah.
I would not want to run into either of them in a dark alley.
I give Andy $1 every time I see him.
Yeah.
It's like he just, you know, little drip for food. But he has some weird sorcery.
It's true.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful. You don't pay him. Oh man, look at that sunset so quick.
Oh.
So pretty. Sunglasses coming off, Tuerck going on.
Oh, there you are. I wondered who that other announced.
It's my evil twin. Yeah. He's not nearly as cool as I am.
Jacob Jettins. Jacob
Jettins.
Jacob Jettins.
Yeah.
Back to the burnout box. We are taking a look, and it looks like there they are, jumping in. Kumo. All right, the Kumo Tire burnout box. All right, so Hansen and Hateley, yabba dabba do. How about you? So Hobson waits in the wings. Who is going to move on? Huh.
Get some tandem action going there. Look at that. Synchronized drifting. Love it.
Oh, these guys are adorable. I think this is a fun bragging rights one between these guys.
Yeah.
Fun fact, we talk about Rudy Hansen looking like T2. Today is the day in T2 that Skynet was activated.
It's also the day that they released the new Terminator anime. So, yeah, I mean, somebody's lining some things up. Yeah. I'm sure there'll be a new, like, ChatGPT 5 comes out today, too, and then that's the beginning of it.
All right, here we go. Hansen and Hateley. All right. Jeremy Bay watches on from the East Coast, and Hansen initiates. Hateley drops into formation. That Evo Auto Works. BMW now coming out and into that second outside zone. Getting a little shaky there from both the boys, now coming through into that last outside zone. And looks like Hansen, good sweep there from Hansen. Hateley give himself a little bit of room there on that last outside zone, which could end up paying off for him, but keeping it safe.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, Hateley kind of bathed in smoke for about half the run, so not easy to navigate through that. Maybe a little bit easier with the sun going down now, but Rudy now getting a little bit deeper through that first outside zone than we saw previously. Now Andy, same thing. Look at that, 3, 4, 5 seconds just sitting in smoke. Now as they come through the rest of it, same thing. Andy just needs to pick up the pace a little bit and get in there, but Rudy Hansen, zone 2, zone 3, he's got that dialed. I mean, these drivers that are putting it down right now in seating bracket definitely have a leg up going into Saturday. I mean, both timing-wise, just getting lap times in and really starting to figure this track out. So this is new. I mean, with this layout, this is new for everybody. So the more time you can put in on it, the better you're going to be. But yeah, it just doesn't look like Andy had the level of commitment to dive in when he needed to, or just not able to get the car to to place the way he wanted it. But Rudy Hansen up front, love to see it. Love the commitment all the way through the zones. That hesitation seems to be disappearing as he builds confidence.
All right, taking a look there. You can see the Nitro Cross jump. We're actually back here. I'm going to be back here alongside many other racers, including Travis Pastrana, many different drivers. But this is basically the home of Rallycross, you know, Nitro Circus back in the day, Red Bull GRC, and now Nitro Cross. All the legends jump that thing. And Tanner Faust, Ken Block, all of them. So, again, some great talent there. We'll be back here in October, first weekend of October. So excited about that. Tanner Faust is coming back to Nitro Cross. Excited about that. Yeah. All right, here we go. Andy Hateley, Rudy Hansen. Andy Hateley initiates into this first outside zone. How does he manage? A little straight line approach there, but throws some more angle on an outside zone 2. Left foot brake. A lot of smoke, good angle just there on the course's edge, and he does drop a tire, a little dirt there, but Hansen unfazed. Hansen, look at him diving in. Look at the proximity. Wow, boys, come on now.
Yeah, wow. Rudy knew the assignment, which was, you know, if Andy's going to lay down a good run, you've got to beat him at least by 2 zones.
Yep.
And that's what it looked like he did there upon, you know, the first initial watch of that. But, yeah, Andy Hateley, the lead runs are getting dialed. Every run we're putting down here, we're adding more tack to the track and doing a little bit better. So Andy takes a little bit to get in there. Rudy keeping pace, pulling back a little bit, and then really starts to dive in through this zone. Catches up about halfway through, sits in the pocket quite well to the second outside zone, transitioning back out. Look at that dive from Rudy Hansen. Now Andy Hateley out front laying down a stellar lead run through outside zone 2 and outside zone 3. So, yeah, really not bad from either driver. Really, like they're getting this. They're getting it sorted. They're figuring it out. As I know, we're already asking for a BC Racing side-by-side.
Yep.
Just to understand what happened there in the chase and what drivers really had the highest level of commitment through those sections. Look at Rudy, man.
Yeah. Seemed that, you know, Rudy Hansen just kind of just crystallized right there. It really came together for him. And a little metamorphosis. Beautiful butterfly. Everything came together.
See that?
All right. So waiting for the outcome here. Who is going against Hobson in our K&N seeding brackets finals? Shout out to Evil Auto Works, the boys over in Redlands. And here we are taking a look side by side.
So you can see, looks like Rudy might have got into the first outside zone a little bit sooner, but Andy had a better proximity through that first section. Now through the second section, anybody's game there in the lead. Chase does look like Rudy might have nudged him out just a bit. And then through here, lead versus lead, not too bad. Rudy might have had a slightly better chase. It's tough to say, though.
Both of them in the show. Like I said, kind of a bragging rights, especially between these two as well.
Hootie and yeah.
Say again?
I was going to say Hootie and Hansen.
Hootie and the Hansen fish?
Hootie and the Hansen fish. Well, Hateley and Hansen.
Hateley and Hansen.
Well, that sounds more like a law firm again.
Yeah. Hateley and Hansen, your defense lawyers.
Yeah. Have you been in a drifting accident?
Call Hateley and Hansen.
Could work.
Yep.
Especially both sunglasses.
T2 and the Drift Wizard.
T2 and the Drift Wizard.
Yep.
I think Rudy's got something going on with the little spiral back
there.
He's trying to hypnotize people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rudy, can't you see? Sometimes your drift has hypnotized me.
There's some tactics going on there.
Some of your flashy ways.
I will say a lot of his crew are wearing teal toques this weekend, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to pay money for those?
They do.
Andy Hateley gets the win and advances on and is going against Ben Hobson in the finals. So Hateley and Hobson. So that should be a fun one. So Hansen just edged out, but that was a close one.
That was a really close one, yeah.
Really close one. But again, sun setting. We'll get some new tires underneath Hateley's vehicle. Hobson waits in the wings. And here is the bracketology. And this is how it shapes up. Hobson versus Hateley. So Hansen gets third place in this seeding brackets. And we'll find out who gets the victory overall. Sun setting here. We got a little bit of time before it goes dark here at Salt Lake City, Utah Motorsports Campus. Round 7, the Formula Jet Pro Championship. One more battle in our K&N seeding brackets. Don't go anywhere.
think everything's a mental game.
Boom! Perfect.
If you're not focused, you're off your game.
Ryan Tuerck is back at it. He wants it.
Extreme performance racing, battle tested in Formula Drift for the last 4 years. XPR contains Centerlook additive technology, ultimate Z DDP wear protection, and superior high temp performance. Pour Purple, Royal Purple, the synthetic expert.
Drifting is not just a sport, it's culture, it's in our blood.
It's a fine line that you have to walk. You have to be able to adapt on the fly and be able to drive on your instinct.
Tires are what we live and breathe in Formula D. We couldn't do this without them.
Wow, look at this backdrop. Love it up here in the PNW. This is Evergreen Speedway, playing host to round 6 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship Type S Throwdown. Send it, Formula Drift Nation. Simon Olsen, Jeff Jones. I'll tell you what, Jeff Jones wants this. Jeff has to back up, but then look, guess what? I'm right there, Mr. Norway. Oh, buddy. Here's Frederick. Nice and high on that outside zone 1. Beecham a little bit lower now, coming to the power alley. Beecham now into this last outside zone. Can he take down Frederick? Oh! This place is erupting right now. What do you say, Seattle? And Jamesy, look at him. He's pushing Jones around, but if Jones just keeps it right, oh, buddy. Oh, wow! What an amazing initiation. Oh, Shanahan makes a mistake. Correction. There he goes. He's straight through. At field, Ryan Tuerck. What an absolutely iconic battle here. Ryan Tuerck gets the win. Odie currently sitting second. This is big for the championship. Manoa and LZ to get into the finals. Here we go. Good composure there by Adam LZ in that final outside zone. That got a little sketchy. Our finals are set. Oh no, we are hearing that Hiro Manoa is out. Ryan Tuerck will have a celebratory run. Ryan Tuerck gets the win here in Seattle. We'll see you live. We'll see you another time. Send it, Formula Drift Nation. Oh, man. All right, coming here with our final battle of our K&N seating brackets. Checking the tire pressure, getting her loaded. Got your turbo fans on there. Big confidence booster for that boy right there, that Ben Hobson. Let the boy watch. Nope. What would you say? What would you say to that?
Let the boy watch? Yeah, let the boy watch.
Say, oh dear.
Oh, it's
Andy Hateley, Ben Hobson. Oh my, look at that. Pretty fly. I mean, look at this. Look at we got a horse. 1,249 horsepower.
Oddly specific number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be relevance to that.
I think so.
Yep.
I think they just have like a bet in the office and just pick up numbers.
Yeah. How true do you think these numbers are?
Oh, they're so true. Yeah.
I laugh. LOL.
Do you remember Odie's bumper sticker? That was like, it was like 1,000. Odie had a bumper sticker.
Oh, yeah.
1,000 horsepower LOL or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Now he's on that same game.
Yeah. Now he's definitely there. Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah. That was like just a new era. That was like the Daigo Saito era.
Yeah. He's rocking like 750 and still crushing people.
Yep. Crushing souls.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Hateley versus Hobson. Hateley will lead. Hobson giving chase. Here in our K&N seeding bracket finals. And Hateley comes out. Let's see what Hobson's going to do here. And Hateley initiates into that first outside zone, digs it in. Hobson, quite a bit more angle than Hateley. You see him taken out of it, now getting to that second outside zone. Look at that horsepower on Duck. See it porpoising? Oh, buddy, Hobson shuts her down. Hateley continues on. I think that horsepower difference was not a lie.
Yeah.
He had the horsepower. It looked like he was, again, porpoising, diving in, jutting in and out. And Hobson comes to a halt outside zone 2. That's going to hurt him.
Yeah, oh dear indeed. I mean, Ben Hobson was right there. Oh no.
Oh,
that's never good.
What was it? I didn't see.
He's just not moving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So C is one of our amazing track staff out there. Shouts out to the track staff, the unsung heroes of Formula Drift. Also, some of the best hotel lobby hangs you'll ever have.
Oh, my gosh. These guys talk so much smack.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's a good time.
About us. Throw Kevin Wells in there, huh?
Yeah, about us in particular.
Exclusively about us.
Pretty much, yeah.
Talk smack just about the TL2 and Neanderthal.
Yeah, they warm up and then we walk in and it's just
like, oh boy, don't make eye contact.
Yeah, so Andy Hateley heading back to the line. Ben Hobson still sitting there. I didn't see anything major with Ben Hobson's, but let's take a look here. Andy Hateley off the line. Ben Hobson trailing just a little bit, dives in. Andy doing a really good, holy guacamole. Andy Hateley just filling that first outside zone. Now Ben Hobson really starting to dive and push the pace as he comes through and then just dies. Yeah. That's it. That's it, but Andy Hateley does the second outside zone. Andy Hateley is going to be on one this weekend,
Dude,
man.
He is absolutely on it.
And I think we heard that RTR fire back up. That's what I am hearing. So we're going to have to see here. I mean, if you remember back, it looks like Ben Hobson wouldn't have his 5 minutes, so.
Yeah, we called it on him because he got hands on the car and he was taking forever. So, or is Ben just, so is he just going to run?
I mean, he's got no choice. He's got his hand out the window. I don't know what.
All right.
Very, very Italian of him.
No, I mean, he could still run, but
Yeah.
he can't put hands on the car.
No, but he had his hand out the window is what I meant.
Right.
Yeah. Doing the Italian wave.
So is he going to run or is he out? All right, so we're finding out here if Hobson's going to risk it, see what's going on with the car. But, you know, again, this is for positioning. He's at a deficit.
Yeah.
Does he push it? Does he compromise the car?
I think they got a whole day to fix it, so, I mean.
Out? So, yeah, it looks like Hobson is bowing out. So Hateley will, oh, you're in.
You're in. Whoa, hang on, what's going on here?
Oh, yeah, when I give you the throat chop, that means you're out.
We're going.
You're going, all right, here we go. So,
text from Van, yeah, check your phone. I bet your phone's like, no, they're going.
No, they're
I
going.
don't care.
Yeah, Vaughn just called from NORAD.
Yeah, spare engine unpacking right now.
The firing order, 1249.
Oh,
that's what it is.
Interesting.
The firing order, my boy. Shout out to 1945 Speed and Custom, Jeremy Bay. So Hobson's out.
Whoa, what is
going on here? All right, so. Okay, so we are. Okay, so it looks like Hobson is out. Okay, Hobson is out. He does not have a competition timeout, so he's unable to run. And I heard they had to turn the power off, the FD staff. So basically, they're saying unable to run.
Oh, interesting. So because work had to be done to the car to get him to run again, and he does not have a timeout, therefore,
he's out.
He is out.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but you'd rather have something.
Rules are rules, man.
Yeah, rules are rules, man. So again, Hobson used his competition timeout earlier. You get one in seating brackets and one in game day, but as it applies now, Staff went over there. They had to get hands on the car in order for it to fire back up. The FD staff, what did they do?
They had to turn the power off in the car and then turn it back on.
Had to turn the nitrous bottle. I think they had to turn it on or off, the nitrous bottle. So basically in order for it to fire up. So he's unable to run. So again, because somebody aided him in starting his car back up. Yeah, so just run him. Let's go, send it. Let's get after it. So unfortunately for Hobson. All right, so unfortunately for Ben, he's not able to run, but he is in the show. So again, Sopa talking to him.
I'm sure it's a very friendly conversation. So let's see on this replay. So that staff member was doing something.
No, definitely not adjusting the GoPro. It was the nitrous? Turn the nitrous on or
Yeah,
off?
so we're just trying to get a clarification of exactly what happened, who asked for it to happen in order to get the car to be going.
The FD staff fixed the nitrous bottle.
Okay.
So that's essentially somebody getting hands on the car in between runs, which, you know, get the car off track, but he is unable to run. So here we go. Andy Hateley wins the K&N seating brackets. Andy Hateley, the spicy habanero, Evil Auto Works, BMW. The Drift Wizard, his sorcery has worked. We'll see how it shapes up on game day Saturday. But Andy Hateley, the Drift Wizard, uses his powerful spells and comes out on top for our K&N seating brackets.
I mean, if today is any sort of projector for what, you know, what tomorrow's going to look like for, or Saturday's going to look like for Andy Hateley,
yeah,
we're in a good spot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and same thing with Ben. I mean, it's unfortunate the way that this all turned around, but I mean, almost everybody in seating bracket has really stepped their game up, very quickly becoming one of my favorite sections of the entire weekend.
That outside zone 2 really played a major role here in all the competition, but Hateley comes out on top. Ben Hobson finishes second, and then we have that of Rudy Hansen in third. So congratulations to him. Make some noise for him. Andy Hateley gets the win in our K&N seating brackets. And pulling them down here. I don't know if we're going to get the other drivers down, but obviously a little anticlimactic. But this is how it was in Seattle. Remember, it was Hero, Manoa, and Ryan
electrical
Tuerck.
issue.
Electrical issue for Hero. And do we have the other drivers coming down, joining them? All right, so not seeing Hobson. Hobson's still over there on the other side. And get him outside of his vehicle. Some exciting runs, some exciting action. Again, some calamity there. First 2 runs took an hour to run between Federico and who else was it that went off course? It was the Brutsky.
Yeah,
the oil spill. All right, so jumping out of his vehicle. Make some noise for him. Your winner here at K&N Seating Brackets, Evil Auto Works BMW from LA. It is Andy Hateley, your K&N Seating Bracket winner, like you said. Again, the top seated driver. Congratulations to him. And again, the action continues tomorrow for our Link Engine Management Pro Spec Championship. We will crown a champion tomorrow night. And in Pro Saturday, a champion could be crowned. The situation is Odie Bakshis needs to finish better than James Dean. And if he doesn't, James Dean will be your 2024 Formula Drift champion with a round left to go at Irwindale. And, you know, I'm kind of like, oh, it'd be great to see the story unfold at Irwindale, but how bananas will Irwindale be with like no championship at stake? But winning Irwindale is like Monaco. It's like Talladega. I always say that. And winning Irwindale it's a magical place.
It's 100% a magical place. And I mean, then it becomes, you know, who gets second, who gets third, who gets, you know, we got so many more stories to look at. So
All right, so again, tune in tomorrow, high noon, here at Utah Motorsports Campus. Thank you, Jacob Kentz. Thank you to Vernon. Thank you to Brian Eggert, Ryman Ishida. Thank you to Ryan Sage. And thank you to all you, the fans, the drivers, the sponsors, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight, Utah Motorsports Campus. Tune in tomorrow, high noon. It's going to be a shootout here at Utah Motorsports Campus. Send it.